the golden light of dawn, somewhere in the heart of the Serengeti, a creature stands upright. The air is cool, but its bare skin shivers not with cold, but with anticipation. Its fingers reach forward, not to strike, not to flee, but to build. Around it are lions, wild beasts, vultures, and termite towers as old as dynasties. And yet this creature is something else. It has no claws, no fangs, no fur to shield it from the sun. It is naked, soft, and almost absurdly weak. And yet it's the apex of the planet. You are that creature, the human. No animal has ever bent the earth to its will like the Homo sapiens. We've walked on the moon, transplanted hearts, split atoms, tamed fire, and yet we remain biologically fragile. Our bones break easily. Our children are helpless for years. Our eyesight is poor. And still, no predator dares to challenge us. Because we have something else, something far more dangerous than teeth or speed, a mind that rewrote evolution itself. But how did such a vulnerable species take the throne of nature? What allowed this thin-skinned primate to thrive when so many stronger creatures vanished? And how does our brain, just 3 pounds of jelly, craft civilizations, language, and love? To understand what makes a human truly insane in biological terms, we have to go back, way back, not just to our hunter-gatherer ancestors, but to the very first spark of the human story. Because this creature we call man is not just one animal. It's a product of millions of years of improbable evolution, unlikely trade-offs, and a biological brilliance that nearly killed us, but didn't. This is not a documentary about society or history or philosophy. It's about simplified biology and anatomy, the raw, real, deeply weird biology of the human animal. And it all begins with a creature that walked differently. The evolution of human. 6 million years ago, in the dappled shade of East Africa, a creature began to rise. Not in the poetic sense, literally. It stood on 2 legs. Our distant ancestor didn't do it all at once. It swayed, stumbled, fell. But over time, it walked. And with that one act, the course of evolution changed. Walking upright seems simple. We do it without thinking. But biochemically, it's one of the most complex balancing acts in the animal kingdom. Our spines curve like an S. Our pelvis is shortened and bow-shaped. Our knees lock in hyperextension. And our feet? They're not gripping tools anymore. They're arches of spring-loaded bone, propelling us forward in every stride. Other animals are faster. Cheetahs, horses, even ostriches. But humans are built to endure. We are persistence predators. In fact, in the searing midday heat, humans can outrun almost every mammal on Earth. In a 2006 study, Harvard researchers observed the early humans, hunting antelope under the African sun, would jog for hours, forcing prey into exhaustion. Our lungs, our sweat glands, our Achilles tendons, they all tell the same story. We are not sprinters, we are marathoners. No other primate shares this strange adaptation. Chimpanzees, our closest relatives, knuckle walk and tire quickly. Gorillas have brute strength, but zero endurance. A human can't match a lion in a sprint, but in a race across 20 kilometers, in 90-degree heat, the lion collapses. We keep going. But evolution never gives without taking. To walk upright, we sacrifice stability. Our narrow pelvis made childbirth agonizing and dangerous. Once optimized for climbing trees, begin to buckle under gravity. Herniated discs, knee injuries, plantar fasciitis, they're the cost of standing tall. And yet, we stood. And because we stood, we saw farther, threw straighter, and carried more. Hands became tools, eyes became hunters, and the mind began to wake. The brain that shouldn't fit. It weighs just over 3 pounds. It's made of 86 billion neurons. It's soft enough to melt if left in the sun. And yet, the human brain is the most powerful force on Earth. The real miracle isn't the size, it's where it fits. Human childbirth is a nightmare of biology. Our brains are so big and our pelvis so narrow that infants are born half-finished. A baby horse can run within hours. A baby human? Utterly helpless for years. We are the only species whose young are born premature by design. We trade maternal safety for postnatal brain growth. That gamble gave us a neurocortex, the thin outer shell responsible for language, planning, empathy, and imagination. And inside the neurocortex, something began to stir. Memory, identity, meaning. By age 2, a human child begins to understand symbols. By age 5, it can construct hypotheticals, and by adolescence, it can reflect on death, mortality, and the stars. In biology, this isn't normal. It's insane. Elephants have memory, ravens can plan, octopuses can escape puzzles. But only humans write symphonies. Only humans paint galaxies on cave walls. Only humans wonder why. But again, nothing comes free. Our brains demand 20% of our total energy. That's 10 times more than a reptile's. And this metabolic price has made us vulnerable to all kinds of breakdowns. Anxiety, depression, schizophrenia. Our brains, for all their brilliance, are not stable machines. They're improvisations, and sometimes they backfire. And yet, inside that unstable mass of neurons lives love, grief, dreams, and mathematics. The human brain is a contradiction, powerful but fragile, logical but emotional, and at its core, utterly unique in the tree life. But to power such a brain, we needed fuel, high-octane fuel. And evolution gave it to us, not in plants, but in flesh. The fire eaters. For most of our evolutionary history, we were gatherers, nuts, roots, fruits, and slow-burning calories. But then, something changed. We started eating meat, and more importantly, cooked meat. Around 1.8 million years ago, Homo erectus harnessed fire. The impact was seismic. Cooking breaks down food outside the body, making it easier to chew, easier to digest, and far more calorie-rich. This changed everything. With less energy needed for digestion, more could be funneled to the brain. Fire didn't just warm our caves, it rewired our biology. Compared to other apes, humans have smaller guts, smaller teeth, and a much shorter digestive tract. Gorillas, for example, spend 8 to 10 hours a day chewing leaves. We eat in minutes. This gave us time to think, time to build, time to pass stories from one generation to the next. And meat itself added something else, a taste for risk. Hunting is dangerous, uncertain, cooperative. It required planning, sharing, and empathy. And so, around the campfire, evolution shaped not just our bodies, but our bonds. The earliest hearths may have been the birthplace of both science and song. Yet fire also turned us into something new, something predators had never seen before. A species that could burn the night. The hairless ape with a weapon mind. Strip the human of its clothes, tools, and fire, and what's left is oddly unremarkable. We lack claws, we lack fangs, our jaws are weak, our nails are laughable. We, by most standards, are defenseless. And yet, in the fossil record, wherever humans arrive, species vanish, megafauna collapse, ecosystems reshape, because the human's true weapon isn't its body, its imagination. Around 300,000 years ago, the human mind took a leap. We began to make tools with no immediate use. We carved symbols, we buried our dead. We started to wonder not just how the world worked, but why. This shift, called the cognitive revolution, set us apart from every other animal on Earth. Chimpanzees use sticks. Dolphins recognize themselves in mirrors. Cows understand water displacement, but only humans build cathedrals. Only humans split atoms. And still, we are haunted by our roots. Our adrenal systems still react to stress as if we're being hunted by lions. Our bodies panic at shadows. Our immune system sometimes attacks itself. We are in many ways cavemen with smartphones, running 21st century software on Stone Age hardware. Yet we endure. Not because we are strong, but because we are adaptable. We are, by biology, the most flexible species the Earth has ever seen. The mind that remembers. Inside your skull is something no computer, no dolphin, no superintelligence can quite match. A memory that stretches backwards in time and forward in possibility. Human memory isn't just data storage. It's a time machine. You don't just recall, you relive. The taste of your grandmother's bread, the tremble in your fingers before your first kiss, the smell of rain when you learned someone you loved was gone. These aren't just chemical imprints. These are reconstructions, and they define who we are. The hippocampus, a seahorse-shaped structure deep in our brain, acts as a librarian of your memories. And what's remarkable isn't just what it remembers, but it's how it forgets. Unlike computers, Our memory isn't fixed. It's malleable, flexible, biased. We remember what matters to us, not always what's true. This bias is not a flaw. It's a feature. It's allowed our ancestors to navigate not just the physical world, but the emotional one. Who can we trust? Who shared food? Who betrayed? Compared to other animals, humans' memory is absurdly long. Elephants remember pathways for decades. Dolphins know whistle calls for 20 years. But a human can remember a childhood song into their final breath. This persistence allows us to build culture, the great software of the species. Stories, myths, rituals, science. They are all memory, passed hand to hand, mind to mind. Evolution gave us memory not just to survive, but to become more than the sum of days. A nervous system on fire. The average human's nerve impulse travels 250 miles per hour. Your brain can process images in little as 13 milliseconds. In the time it takes you to blink, your neurons have already decided what you'll feel, say, or do. And yet the system is strange. It's built from ancient parts. The limbic system, our emotional brain, it's deeply rooted in reptilian architecture. The amygdala triggers fears. The hypothalamus controls hunger and sex. These are not rational structures. These are ancient ones. Layered atop them is the neurocortex, a thin, wrinkled sheet of genius. Here lies language, abstraction, mortality. And yet, the connection between the two is messy. The thinking brain and the feeling brain argue constantly. You know the cookie will make you feel guilty, but you eat it anyway. Other animals have nervous systems that rival ours. The squid can change color in milliseconds. The fly can dodge your hand with supernatural speed. But no creature has internalized its world like us. We don't just react, we ruminate. We worry about things that haven't happened. We rehearse futures that may never come. This comes at a cost. Depression, anxiety, PTSD. Our nervous systems can overfire, looping on pain, fear, or longing, but it can also do something miraculous. It can empathize. The empathy machine. When your child cries, something happens inside you. Your heartbeat quickens. Your own face mirrors theirs. This is not a metaphor. It's biology. Mirror neurons, first discovered in macaws, fire both when you perform an action and when you watch someone else do it. They are quite literally how we feel what others feel. Elephants grieve. Orcas teach. Bonobos comfort. But human empathy is something else. It extends beyond tribe, species, even time. We weep for fictional characters. We donate to strangers. We mourn people we've never met. And yet, empathy is selective. Our brains are wired to care more for in-group members, a survival adaptation from tribal times. But in modernity, this bias can twist prejudice, war, indifference to suffering. The same biology that lets us love deeply can also divide viciously. And that's the paradox. The most compassionate species is also the most violent. No animal kills with the cold detachment of a drone operator, and yet no animal rescues its enemies from burning buildings either. The human nervous system is not good or bad. It's just powerful. It makes us capable of angles and odysseys. The immune system that overreacts. Deep inside your blood, there is a battlefield. Your immune system is an army. Rapid, reactive, relentless, but it's also prone to confusion. Unlike other animals, humans suffer disproportionately from autoimmune diseases. Lupus, arthritis, type 1 diabetes. Our immune system sometimes mistakes us for the enemy. One theory is the hygiene hypothesis, that our hyperclean environments, immune cells are undertrained, like soldiers that fire at ghosts. Another theory is genetic, that evolution trains safety for sensitivity. But the immune system is also our most brilliant engineer. It learns, it remembers. A single vaccine can train it for life, and during pregnancy, it performs something extraordinary. It tolerates a foreign body. A fetus is genetically distinct from its mother. By all immunological standards, it should be rejected, and yet it is not. The immune system makes peace. No other system in the human body has such the capacity for both war and diplomacy. In contrast, the immune system of reptiles and amphibians are similar, faster, but less discerning. Ours is slower, but smarter. And just like our brains, its complexity makes it powerful and dangerous. The fragile superorganism. Strip away the romance, and the human body is a miracle of meat and microbes. Your body contains more bacterial cells than human ones, and many of them are essential. The gut microbiome, once ignored, is now considered a second brain. It influences mood, digestion, even decision-making. In one experiment, transferring gut bacteria from anxious mice to calm ones made the calm ones anxious. Your microbes affect who you are. And that's not all. Your body is a layered system of symbiosis. Mitochondria, the powerhouse of your cells, are believed to have once been separate bacteria, engulfed over 1 billion years. They are still semi-independent. They even have their own DNA. You are not one organism. You are an ecosystem, a walking rainforest of code and cooperation. And like all ecosystems, you are vulnerable to imbalance. Antibiotics can kill helpful microbes. Stress can inflame your gut. Isolation can shrink your neural connections. In this way, being human is an act of balance between chaos and order, strength and fragility, self and other. And our biology is not static. It's adapting still. The genetic gamble. All life is code. DNA, the spiraling molecule of 4 letters, builds every bone, every cell, every neuron. In humans, it stretches 3 billion base pairs long, a sequence so vast, it takes 20,000 genes just to build you. Only 1.5% of our DNA codes for proteins. The rest, once called junk DNA, now believed to play crucial regulatory roles. We're still deciphering it. But what's clear is that our genome is not a fixed manual. It's a conversation with evolution. Mutations, the raw fuel of change, occur randomly. Most are neutral. Some are deadly. A few are revolutionary. A mutation in the FOXP2 gene allowed for speech. Another, in the SRGAP2 gene, boosted our brain's density. Each step forward was a genetic accident that worked. CRISPR technology now lets us edit genes with unprecedented precision. We can cure inherited blindness. We're testing gene therapies for cancer, and yet, with each step into the genome, we confront a haunting question. Should we change ourselves? Biology made us fragile, yes, but it also made us human. And in our desire to perfect the code, we may risk erasing the very strangest that made us who we are. Legacy of the ape that spoke. So what does it all mean? Why does a bipedal ape with bad knees, oversized brains, and emotional instability dominate the planet? Because our biology is built not on strength, but on connection. We speak, we teach, we mourn, we dream, we wonder. Other animals are intelligent, other animals feel. But humans combine these traits into something transcendent. We are not the fastest, not the strongest, not the most numerous, but we remember the past, shape the present, and predict the future. Our bodies are ancient machines. Our minds are quantum storms. Our biology, for all its madness, is what made the pyramids, the telescope, and the lullaby. And still we struggle. We feel pain, we lose control, we fear death. But maybe, just maybe, that's the price of being something extraordinary. A creature who can imagine the stars and still be moved by a child's laugh. It thinks, it weeps, it destroys, it heals. It is soft, and yet it rules. This was the insane biology and anatomy of the human.